Welcome back, y'all. Pokey Lambo here, and today we are going over our 2026 Pokemon collection and investments. And we're going to go over what we picked up this week, how our portfolio is performing, and then we'll kind of go over some things um, that we plan on picking up over the next few weeks. And then also, we'll kind of spill our thoughts about the new set that got revealed, Pitch Black. And of course, everyone else has already laid out their 2 cents, but we'll, you know, give our thoughts on what I think is my plan moving forward with Pitch Black, even though we haven't seen any of the cards yet. So it'll be kind of a loose plan. But first off, I was able to pick up a 151 Alakazam EX collection box from Walmart. Pretty sweet. They restocked 2 cases worth of this, and there was kind of like a mutual agreement amongst all of us there to only grab 2, but then some ding dongs grabbed like 5. But I was able to grab 2. I got one for me and one for my brother, so he was able to open up some of that. He hasn't opened it yet, but he hasn't really opened much 151. So happy to give him one so that way he could experience 151. I was able to also pick up one of the first partner uh, Series 1 collections. And yeah, really just trying to pick up as many of these Series 1s as I possibly can get my hand on because, man, it is tough to find these right now. And then in a moment of weakness, I went into my LGS. I was having a rough day, so I really wanted to pick up a card. I had some cash, kind of just throw away cash, and for whatever reason, I picked up this Mega Charizard. I don't know why. A moment of weakness. I was like, there's nothing else. I'll just grab a Charizard. So maybe this stays in the collection. If it's clean enough, maybe I'll grade it, or I'll just give it to one of my kids as a gift at some point. So yeah, be careful when you go looking for cards and you're not in a good mood because you might end up just buying something you don't really want or need. And that was me this week. And for the 7 day, our collection is up 7.5%. So pretty good week. Kind of leveled out there for a little bit, but a lot of stuff kind of shot up there at the end of the week there, and we'll go over what's moving. And the Ascended Heroes Pokemon Center Elite Trainer Box is up 6%, but we kind of saw it come down a little bit from $500, so it's kind of just teasing around that $500 range. The Team Rocket Small Trace, the UPC broke over $300, up 10%. The Ascended Heroes Elite Trainer Box, though, continuing to climb up, almost up 12%. Insane there, and hopefully we start to see another restock of these Elite Trainer boxes because, yikes, I doubted it hitting $200, but guys, it might actually happen, which is absolutely terrifying. So I have 3 of them, which I'm really happy with. Like, I think having 6, maybe even 10 would be nice, but we'll see. I mean, eventually, hopefully, these get reprinted pretty heavily, and we'll see it back down to $100 here before we know it. And the poster collection from Ascended Heroes is up 13%. The Elite Trainer box from Mega with the Gardevoir is up 12.5%. Our Phantasmal Flames booster box actually recovering there, back over $400, up almost 2.5%. Pretty interesting there. We're still waiting about that Phantasmal Flames reprint. So, I mean, those rumors are always just going crazy. And this is the one where it's like the booster bundles are going crazy. So we can even see the Surging Sparks booster bundle is up 10% there. So pretty interesting. And I'm super excited about this one. The Bulbasaur Mega Evolution stamped is up 18%. And I'm really hoping that it hits $30 here pretty soon because I'm trying to go to a card show, and it'd be nice to be able to take these and be able to kind of hopefully trade some of these into like a SIR that I really want, or I'll kind of go over what I'm targeting picking up here this week. And we have the Mega Evolutions, Elite Trainer box with Lucario up 3.5%. The Charmander promo is starting to tick back up almost 5%. And nice to see this one moving again. And we have the poster collection with the Mega Gardevoir up just over 2%. The first partner illustration up 6%. And then the prismatic tech sticker collection is up 2.5%. And everything else here is just, about $1 up. So nothing too crazy. All in the green. Very nice. And it takes a while for us to get down here to our cards that have kind of slipped back a little bit, but nothing too crazy there. We can see the Magneton actually slipped down almost 10%. Same with N's Zekrom down 6%, which to me, whenever I see that, it's like, sweet, I'm going to go pick up more. So awesome. And we can see the Alakazam from 151, the collection, is down about 1%. And I'm sure that's just because we saw a huge amount of these. Well, I know that we saw some of these, I think it was like 3 weeks ago at a restock. So just more of this 151. The restocks are just continuing to trickle out for these kind of 151 products. And eventually here, probably, I got to imagine by the end of the summer, we won't see as much of these. But I mean, hey, maybe we'll see more 151 around the holidays. So I definitely think if you're able to time restocks, try to get there, because hitting the 151 is awesome. And it does seem like they're selling them around retail price, surprisingly enough. So, whenever you can get it at retail, that's just a fat win. And yeah, the Mega X, Charizard X down 10%. I have no idea what I was thinking, just in such a bad headspace. And then Prismatic Evolutions Elite Trainer box is down about 4%. So even though that's not entirely true, because we're going to go over it here on TCG Player. We can see that market price is 176 and most recent sell is at 180. And we can see on the month that almost, I think it was like 6 days ago, we saw 205 of these sold at 163. And then we can just see that, it's not an insane amount, but it's popping right back up to almost 180. So for me, unfortunately, this did not drop down enough for me to really justify picking up anymore at this point. So, I mean, if we get another reprint restock, I mean, maybe, but I don't know. So if you pick some up though, I mean, I think it hit 160. So, I got mine before then. So didn't super have to stress about picking it up at 160. But what I'm kind of thinking I'm going to target now is, I mean, even we can see these first edition holo foils from the Team Rocket set. I mean, 147, the unlimiteds are in that $60 range. Obviously, Charizard's insane, but like some of these cards kind of are what I'm looking at picking up. So I'm going to start trying to find more of these dark Pokemon. It's kind of what I'm going after. And I think, where a lot of these SIRs are about the same price as these, I am definitely more interested in trying to pick up some of these dark Pokemon. It doesn't necessarily need to be from the WotC era, really, like any of these. Because yeah, I mean, look at this, the unlimited are like unlimited for $15. Just for me, oh yeah, these are the non-holo ones. For me, even like the non-holo ones, like at $40, I'd rather pick up Dark Blastoise. So it's kind of where my thought is going right now, especially with everything running up so high. I definitely would rather be picking up like a first ed Dark Arbok. For me, that's just kind of what I'm looking at picking up right now, especially if a lot of this stuff is running up. But I've heard a lot of this stuff is kind of starting to chill out. So it could be a good time if a lot of these older sets are starting to kind of retrace, start picking those up. And then finally, we have Pitch Black. We're here on Poke Beach, great source to get the news. And for me right now, judging by the Pokemon that are on the pack art, um, we could get a couple cool SIRs, but with how small the set is, I just don't really want to invest into the booster boxes. For me, I'd rather just pick up my PC ETBs, call it a day. I might try to pick up like two, maybe three of just the regular ones, but I'd rather be picking up more of the Chaos Rising ETBs than this one. I am a big like black gray color scheme. I like that a lot, but that Mega Dark Gray just isn't it for me. And the promo definitely doesn't move the needle. I mean, I always forget that this guy is even a Pokemon. He's a rude, and I've seen the movie. My kids have watched it a bunch, and I just don't care about Zarude at all. And the art's okay, but I'm sure in person it might look awesome. But yeah, right now my plan is to try to get the Pokemon Center Elite Trainer box, and there's still kind of debate on how the pre-order is going to go down. So definitely just keep an eye, see if Q pops up sometime next week. It feels like just yesterday we were doing the Chaos Rising queue, but maybe we'll get the text alert or the email alert to get in an early queue. But until we know for sure how it's going to be going down, I would highly recommend just be on your toes next week and be ready to try to hop in the queue and pick up your Pitch Black at MSRP, because that is the true victory these days. And you guys have a great week, and I appreciate you guys stopping by, and you have a great week. Peace.